Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Box Office Breakdown here on the Popcorn Talk Network. I'm your host, Sara Stretton, and I have my wonderful co-hosts here, JTE.
What's up, guys?
And Finstock.
Poof. Everybody.
And before we get into all of our box office numbers from this past weekend and our top 5 lists and our international numbers and all that jazz, I have to preface this with I'm in a now strange mood. It started off as a bad mood.
Started off as bad.
Now it's in like strange mode.
Strange.
It might come back to bad.
Call that
mood
the transition
in a couple
period.
minutes.
Well, your water
Who
heater
knows?
broke in your house. That's what Rocky
No,
said.
my water heater exploded. Geysered into the street. It's been a
interesting.
fun weekend because guess
That's
what,
interesting.
guys? Water heater factories are closed on the weekend, and they can't replace them until
when
the
did this
weekday.
happen?
Friday?
Oh, no. I thought this happened this morning.
No.
I find that hard to believe that water heater places are closed all over the nation.
They're not going to order a water heater from a different state.
Even in California, go Sun Valley. They're open every day over there.
Listen, if Leonardo DiCaprio's water heater broke on Saturday afternoon, he has a water heater by the end of the day.
Yes.
He would
It's
fly.
fixed.
I don't even think he probably has a water heater. He probably has like some tankless
Some
Probably
organic,
nice.
like
Probably
recyclable.
from the mountains,
Yeah.
fresh heated
Heating his
springs.
own thing.
I'm not that
Sure.
lucky. All right, so let's get into the rather disappointing numbers of the box office this past weekend. Starting with coming in at number 5, Interstellar. Hanging on to the top 5 spot. Only brought in $8 million, though, bringing its total to $158.657 million domestically. So, number 5.
It's staying in the top 5, though. Kind of a lot like what Gone Girl was doing the last month or so. It's just staying in the top 5.
No. But Gone Girl had things to actually beat. There was competition.
Yeah, that's
There
true.
was constant nationwide releases.
Yeah.
Yes, Interstellar's hanging on to the top, but it's not really defending anyone. If you're looking at 6th spot was Dumb and Dumber. Number 7 is Theory of Everything, which is a specialty box office. And number 8 is back to Gone Girl.
Gone Girl,
like,
yeah.
there's not
It's
this
not gonna get out of the top
crazy
10.
competition that's happening. Number 4 going to Big Hero 6 with $8.1 million.
just
beating it.
Interstellar.
Bringing it to $177.5 million. Number 3, I found this surprising. Horrible Bosses with only a 44% drop, going to $8.6 million. So our 3, 4, and 5 spots all in the $8 million range.
Yeah.
Which is sad. And bringing our its total to only $36 million. Now getting into our obviously top 2. I guess Finstock was right last week. Or he's like,
How so?
It's 3 or 5 again.
he got 3 or 5. And
had
part of
4.
it
I
is
should've had 5,
due
5.
to number 2 staying with Penguins of Madagascar, which really didn't think that was going to happen. Brought in $11 million, bringing it to $49.5 million. Keeping the numbers away from Big Hero 6 a little
bit.
Grand total of $3 million. And our number 1, obviously staying with Hunger Games. That was a given, bringing in $21.6 million, and its total coming to $257.7 million.
That's,
Overall, a very, very weak weekend.
Yes.
And
Horrible.
for the history books. Like it's one of the worst in a long time.
It's also, I think, it's one of the top 2 worst weekends of all of 2014.
Well, it's traditionally the slowest movie week of the year.
Is it really?
Yeah,
right
that's
after
why
Thanksgiving?
Well, that's why nothing opened. People
Wow, I don't
stay
know
away
about
from
that.
this on any kind of opening.
This
I don't
is
know why either.
especially low.
Well, yes, it is, but traditionally it is. It always is.
Well, maybe if someone like changed up the game and brought out something good that opened this weekend, we'd get some new people in the seats. Because the only movies people are talking about are specialty box office.
That's true. Well, that's because now it's Oscar season. But look, you got to look at Interstellar, obviously number 5. $8 million, not bad, but it's not going to make the $200 million Warner Brothers wanted it to make. It's going to probably top out about like 175, maybe 180. But
domestically,
domestic, it's doing really good.
It's recovering
Overseas,
with all of
fine.
its international markets. Like
Correct.
that's making so much money, so it's by no means a disappointment, and it's gotten critical acclaim. So
true,
it's not a bad bet for them. What is not doing nearly as well as it probably should is Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Ooh.
Nobody I know has seen that movie said it was good.
No. But look, it held pretty well. But the reason why I remember what I was saying, that's why I picked it to finish higher than you guys did, is because last week it came out. Dumb and Dumber was still fresh on the heels. Mockingjay was still doing it, and it was still kind of fresh. People were like, "All right, I still want to see Horrible Bosses, but I'm not going to see it this week because I'm going to see Mockingjay."
It was
or
all.
Megan and
Plus, it was
Gaspar or
family.
whatever.
It was a family weekend
Correct.
to see stuff with family.
Correct. I mean, look, this movie will top out at like 60 something million.
I don't think it's going to hit 60.
It might not. Depending on how it does this week.
58.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
tough. It's at 36 right now.
Well, at least
with
one
the
bit.
stuff that's coming out.
True. Well, at least one of them you won't see Horrible Bosses 3.
Yeah, I don't think
Maybe for another 10 years when they do it again with like new celebrities and stuff like that.
that's good. Yeah.
And they did. They had a ton of A-listers. They had material to bring in audiences, and word of mouth killed it completely. Like that's where the soul and their marketing wasn't that great.
And if the trailer looked good to me, or like the commercials, I probably would have went and saw it that weekend. But just the stuff I saw in advertising, nothing made me laugh. Nothing looked interesting to me.
It looks annoying, and like I said, Charlie Day's annoying. The other guy's annoying. The whole movie's annoying.
Yeah.
What it comes down to is, if we're looking at our top films this week, I don't feel like these are the ones actually getting word of mouth. Like besides Hunger Games, which there was a lot of lead up to, since it's even come out, I feel like people are already stopped talking about it.
I agree.
Like it hasn't been pushed. What now people are talking about is things that are up for Oscar contention, and is movies like Theory of Everything, Imitation Game. At least in LA, these are the ones I'm hearing about.
I saw Theory of Everything this past weekend, and it was easily one of the best films I've seen this year. And not only the New York and LA film critics, all their awards came out this weekend. They did all their voting. Boyhood was doing really good. The actors for Theory of Everything is getting a lot of nods. So yeah, we're really making that shift to the Oscar season, and I think that's why you're getting more of those films.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
it's just interesting because I think also people have become more aware or more interested in the festival scene. They've become their own red carpet events. It's not just for industry people anymore. It is almost like a holiday, and I feel like the masses are getting more in tune to it, especially with the access when it comes to like Netflix or streaming.
Yep.
These movies, especially box office, come out so quickly. They can still be playing in theaters, and so people are getting to know about them more. Because like if you looked at movies like Snowpiercer, that was being able to be downloaded. They're getting
video on
demand right away, and that's actually spreading word of mouth. So that's what people are talking about, and it's not going out as much to the Horrible Bosses. Then you have to wait like 4 months for the DVDs or whatnot to come out.
I'm curious to see if Boyhood gets a re-release, because it won, I believe, the New York and LA top film of the year.
It did.
For the critics, and I wouldn't be surprised, especially maybe the beginning of January when it's really slow in Hollywood, if they start re-releasing it.
Well, I know the theater company I work for, we've still been having Boyhood.
We just
got rid of it
from the summer.
We just got rid of it.
Okay.
That included like they have had specialty screenings for all of their guild members where they were like selling like the guilds will be able to see. Then we brought it back for them after for a special kind of
if it
showing.
If it gets Oscar buzz, then traditionally they do put movies back in the theater.
Especially if
they'll bring out movies before for special engagements that are about to come out. So like movies that aren't supposed to be released till the beginning of the year will start showing especially in cities
Christmas.
Like New York and in LA. They'll be starting to show those in theaters.
Clint Eastwood's Sniper will be coming out like I think just 2 days before the end of the year, because they want to be able for some Oscar nuts.
But there'll sometimes be a discrepancy when you look at the box office numbers, because there's a rule that you can say it's a specialty engagement, and then you don't report those grosses because they don't want to announce the release yet. So people have already seen the movie, paid for tickets, but that's not getting reported. It's just so that they can get attention, and so they can start the buzz, and so that they'll kind of be a contender for awards.
And the screeners are already going out to all the academies.
Yeah, exactly.
I know people that have Sniper already. They've seen it and they said it's great. You saw it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
All
I've seen
right.
that in Foxcatcher. I really like Foxcatcher though.
I really
You
like
did?
Foxcatcher.
Yeah,
That was a
Foxcatcher
very
fantastic.
genuine.
Finstock, you saw a movie?
I've been.
That's
I told you I
unreal.
watch movie down the Oscars now. I seen Guardians of the Galaxy last night for the first time too.
Oh,
Did you
wow.
like it?
I did.
That movie's awesome.
I did. I really did.
Top
Yeah.
grossing domestic film of the year.
Little Bobby had something
It
to
is-
say about
it
ticket
is-
sales.
Oh, does he now?
Ticket sales were as anorexic as Courtney Love after a year-long coke binge.
He's back
That's
again.
inappropriate.
He's back.
I don't think we can say
That was
that
a joke
on
from the
air.
90s.
Yeah.
That's like a 90s joke.
Yeah.
Well,
He's from the 90s.
He's from the 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
let's talk a little
Ticket
bit.
sales were as anorexic as Courtney
You
Love.
gonna repeat yourself? Thank you. Thank you.
He loves that.
Talking about, we
He's got a new
just brought
jacket.
up Guardians of the Galaxy, and that it is ranked number 1
Yeah.
for year total so far. And at this rate, it's probably going to hang on to it.
It's
Yeah.
funny though. It's number 1 in the U.S., but domestically, Transformers is still number 1.
I mean,
it's
Yeah.
with
I
over a
Michael
billion.
Bay does have a
How does
brain
that
on
happen?
him because China.
Yeah,
My buddy. Yeah, I love China.
we do love China.
Yes.
China.
Don't say that.
Well, that's what what's his name says on that one show with Jim Florentine. That's who he says it. It's,
I apologize
the puppet
for
show.
Finstock.
The puppet show.
But let's talk about how Hunger Games is stepping it up, and probably
Is it really? I mean,
on
it's,
this list.
I think they should think it should be over 300 million by now. And
I
it's
mean,
not.
listen, it's making a lot of money, but when you compare the numbers to Catch a Fire, it is below.
Correct.
The numbers are below. The track is the same. So yes, it started with an initially low number, but it's keeping the same rate of growth and
I think
attendance.
it's because there's not as much competition like we were saying earlier. Nothing's really coming out. Even this week, the biggest release this week is Exodus, which is I'm curious to see where that's going to land. I think it's either going to do really well or really bad, or right
they
in the
need to
middle.
squash the rumor about Exodus that it's over 3 hours.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple weeks ago, but it's only like 2 hours 20 minutes. Is that too long for you?
Still too much.
Well, it is.
Yeah, Moses part in the Red Sea. Who hasn't seen
But
that before?
those
You read a
movies
book.
are traditionally long.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the Ten Commandments, if you're looking
It's like
at
3 hours.
and those are very traditional movies that I know. Like my family used to watch the Ten Commandments every year.
Yeah,
really?
on
Every
TV.
year. Yes.
It is a miniseries.
You need those commercial breaks.
No,
It's
I
like a
watched
3-part miniseries or something.
No, it was
No,
a
I
movie,
used
it
to
was a
watch it.
theatrical.
Yeah, you watched the whole movie.
Okay.
Charlton Heston.
So I feel like for historical films like that or religious films, they tend to be longer, and people
Yeah.
want to sit through them because they want the details and the messages to be shown.
Everybody knows
so
about
that
that already.
will come out.
Of
Everybody
course
knows
they
about
do.
that. Everybody knows about that stuff.
So he's
We
still.
know Moses part of the Red Sea, and he exiled off and like got a bunch of people that hang out with him and stuff like that. And
Yeah, but there
Was it?
really hasn't been a film about this story since like the Ten Commandments.
And
Really.
they did the Ten Commandments, and then there was the Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt, which is a great
which was
animated film.
and did very well.
Yeah.
yeah,
And so now they're bringing it back. Like it makes sense. It's
Prince
smart
of
business
Persia.
movies.
That has nothing to do.
Different story. All right, let's get into our international numbers, especially because
That made that movie better.
Exodus will probably do well overseas.
Yeah, here we go.
The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 once again led the international box office with $31.6 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the franchise has earned $302.8 million. With China and Japan on the way, it could even match
Wow, it
Catching
hasn't even
Fire's.
come out in China yet. That's
No.
a huge money
So
getter.
Catching Fire had 440. We're at 302 right now.
Yep.
With China and Japan on the market, it could reach it, which is good because it hasn't been able, as you said, it hasn't.
Yeah.
The numbers haven't caught up
To Catching Fire.
Catching Fires domestically. Then we go to Penguins of Madagascar, adding 23.3 million. So that's from 49 markets, and its new total is 93.8 million.
that's weak.
Yeah, it is disappointing.
Opened third place in the UK with only 2.4 million.
Yuck.
But it did hang on to the first place in Russia.
It's cold over there.
Well, they love penguins over there.
Exactly. It's cold over there.
I think that we're missing something. I think that Russia loves animated films.
They do.
They do. They just seem to do really good over there.
And that's why Big Hero 6 opened there first. Maybe now they're
That's
getting
true.
Penguins. The numbers are showing, and if they can get people in the seats, it makes sense why they're opening earlier or going to get movies earlier. And it's the same market. It's a younger audience.
Well,
It's animation.
It's a big baby boom over there.
Is it really?
Yeah, like 60% of the people in Russia are like under the age of 20.
I don't know if he's lying.
I don't know either. It sounds right.
Like
could be true.
I'm inclined to believe him, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, things didn't exist like that back in the day. Bobby has something that didn't exist, doesn't he?
Little Bobby?
He doesn't.
Yeah, he has something that didn't exist. Or
I don't know what you're talking about. He seems to not know what you're talking about either.
Maybe not.
So
There's a ton of things that didn't exist in the 70s. Computers, plantar fasciitis, crack cocaine, the female orgasm. The list goes on and on.
wait, what's
Female
the
orgasm.
second one?
I think the second to last one still does exist.
No, what's
Plantar fasciitis.
what's that?
It's like this made up like ailment of the foot.
Wow.
Okay.
A lot of Coke jokes today.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's had a
All right,
big weekend.
let's talk
had a
about.
big
We were
weekend.
talking about Exodus a little bit earlier. Exodus: Gods and Kings
It
opened in 10 international markets and earned already $23 million.
Wow.
And it's scored impressive debuts in South Korea, which is 6.2 million, Ridley Scott's biggest ever. Mexico, 4.7 million,
Mexico.
and Spain,
Yeah.
3.7 million, and not as impressive in Australia, 2.3 million.
Well, there's no religion in Australia.
Exactly.
They don't care about anything. They don't believe in that junk.
That's a generalization. I'm going to say that possibly more people in Mexico and Spain who are predominantly Catholic
And heavily religious, yes.
Yeah, that's
are
true.
going to be more drawn to this
Christian.
movie right
I
away,
have to ask-
especially in the month of December.
I got to ask Alicia Malone if there's any religion in Australia.
There is.
Bring that up on the main show.
Are you
next
sure
week.
there is?
Yes, there is.
Yeah. of
I
course.
don't.
Sure.
I
I know
don't
they
know
don't
if they
have
have like
churches.
a national religion.
They
That I
have.
don't know off the top of my head, but I know that there are people there who are religious.
Over there? I'm not
Yes.
maybe Buddhism, I think. Possibly Buddhism.
We'll look it up.
One thing about Exodus, can I just say, like you said earlier, it's a story that's been told, which is everybody knows the story.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually going to help with the marketing, and especially international, because it has a very wide audience. It's not like, a certain niche audience. Even people who aren't religious want to go see it.
Sure.
Just because it's a really great story.
And they have.
from Ridley Scott, who's a master filmmaker, especially visually, it's going to be really interesting to see his take.
No, I'm excited to kind of see this updated version. I'm
Oh,
always saying.
totally. I can't wait.
All right,
I'll
so
wait for it.
those were our intern.
Until it's regular TV. in
He
like
wants
15 years.
commercials. Everyone else in the world is done with the
Yeah.
commercials. Fast forwards. Finstock
He wants 'em.
needs the commercials.
Charlton Heston is Moses. That's it.
His brain needs a break,
Yeah, I can't deal with
think
it.
that too. Okay, let's get into our international numbers game.
Yes,
Yes.
Finstock. Let's go.
Yes. Foreign titles for, bizarre foreign titles for American movies.
Great.
You're without your helper today.
And no, I'm not.
Oh, she's back.
Here.
Oh,
Marissa
she is back.
here.
Oh, she made it.
Marissa,
What's up, guys?
just to let you
Hey.
know,
I came late to the game, but
we
I'm
are,
here.
It's okay.
we are in a dire situation again. So last
How
week,
dire?
how dire? Right now, Finstock has 5 points.
Yep. Which means Sarah's going to be wearing the mask
Which
right
means
after the new
I
year.
have to
Not
wear
if I can
my.
help it.
So
Unless Marissa gets one right and she can take your point away.
This one's
Yeah.
tough.
yeah.
This one's neat. This one's interesting.
All right, let's go.
Okay,
What's
here we
first?
go. Basic Instinct in Brazil.
Oh, good movie.
Oh, I have
You
friends that
done
have the same-
screwed with the wrong bitch. No, I'm kidding. That's not it.
That's what I'm saying. That's amazing.
We're going to go with Slovenia. Indecent Proposal.
Wait, was that the first one?
Yeah, the other one was fake, obviously.
Okay. Okay.
don't
And Decent
think
Proposal
anybody's
is another movie. That's why I got
Yeah.
confused.
Well, Basic Instinct, You Done Screwed with the Wrong Bitch was the bootleg version on the streets of Chinatown. That's what it was called.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So let's get to the actual games.
Yeah. All right. Slovenia.
Slovenia. Okay.
Indecent Proposal. You know,
Okay.
like Woody Harrelson we talked
Yeah,
about
Demi
a couple
Moore.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Obscene Invitation.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Rocky
One of my favorites.
in Portugal. Brain Dead Fighter.
No way. I'm insulted just by that title. Keep going.
Portugal again. The Birdcage. Lots of Crazy in House.
Okay.
Oh, I like that one. That one works.
And The Goonies
I love the Goonies.
in Turkey. Little Treasure Hunters.
That makes sense too. I'm gonna say it now because I don't want to get stolen. Rocky is not true.
Okay, so you're saying Brain Dead Fighter in Portugal
No way.
is
I'm
not
saying
true.
obscene invitation is a lie.
Really? Yeah. Kind of works though.
Okay.
All right, Marissa. Pressure's on.
Well, I was gonna say Rocky
Take
as
it.
well.
You
Go
can say
with
it. You could always say it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Rocky, Portugal, Brain Dead. Nuh-uh. No way.
Why, you don't think Portugal will make a movie called Brain Dead
He
Fighter?
wasn't brain dead until
dead.
Rocky
I'm
Five.
thinking is that maybe our translation of brain dead is actually wrong.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So maybe it's like some less offensive word.
How would you think that? Because brain dead is pretty much brain dead, right?
I don't know. I'm just assuming that's what my assumption is.
Tell me, Rockies.
Should have been called Vegetable Fighter. You guys are right. JT and Mercer are right. It's not that.
Yes.
The first time I won.
Yes, it's not
but
that.
more importantly, Marissa won.
That's true too. She did win.
But
She's going to take away my number?
But can't she take away a point? Because
Yes, she
we tied.
can.
I can take a.
She can take.
Half a point away.
She can take half.
You can take half a point away.
Okay, that's doable. I'm going to win next week anyway.
Well, then we'll take it from Finstock.
Yeah.
Because he's so sure that
He's gonna win.
he's going to win.
Well, that's clear cut, obvious.
I don't know. This week is gonna be a
You've
little
been
tough.
on a losing
I'm
record.
prolonging this game for you.
That's true.
Thank you.
Well, I got to get the mask cleaned again. So, somebody was
I'm
wearing
just
it.
happy
Maester.
I finally got one right. That's the
Good
first
job.
time I've
Okay.
won.
Also,
Even though I had to share with
everyone,
Marissa, that's fine.
hand for
I'm happy.
JT. I'm happy for both of you. Congratulations. See, I'm such a not sore loser.
That's true.
Great. Let's get to our top 5 list of the week. But this one's not really our top 5. It's
Bottom
more
five.
bottom 5.
Yep.
But that's because this lovely lady has just made so much money that we had to go with
Yeah.
her least grossing films.
Yeah.
And who are we talking about?
Zillion
Of
dollars.
course, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
So these are her least, the bottom of her grossing films list.
She's only been around for a little while, too.
Really? Yeah, I know. She's very young.
Yeah.
She's very young. And we're about to talk about this list. And
She's already $1 billion.
there's a couple of them on her bottom 5
Yeah.
that are still making a lot of money.
Yep.
Sure.
So let's talk about the lowest one. Coming out in 2009, The Burning Plan with $200,000.
I vaguely remember this movie. I think it was with Charlize Theron. It was like a very low
That's the
budget
thing.
indie film.
It's a low budget indie.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, if you go to her IMDb page, this is almost at the bottom. And she was already in movies with
I
A-list
didn't even
actors
remember her.
right off the bat.
Right.
Like she was just, she studied a little theater and she was coming in. She was working with.
dating people in high places.
That is not true.
How?
It is.
No, because she was so young at that point.
Yeah.
She was over 18.
I don't think so.
Don't listen to Finstock. He's crazy. All right.
Okay.
Number 2, The Beaver, also with another
Yes.
A-lister.
Mel Gibson.
One of my favorite movies of 2011.
You know this movie?
Are you kidding? It's with
It's with the
Beaver.
puppet.
Directed
Any
by
of
Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
$970,000. So
That should have been
almost $1
$970
million.
million.
Almost coming in, almost getting $1 million. But another A-lister on her list, and an interesting concept, indie film. So that I'm glad it was one of your favorite
Are you
movies.
glad it tanked? I mean, it was a good movie. Well, you know what? Mel Gibson was doing a lot
Listen,
of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
back then.
it was.
It could have been Lethal Weapon 5. It wasn't going to make any money with what was going on with his personal life.
Yeah, it was out there.
He's got he just made some bad mistakes.
Going more into the mumblecore realm like crazy. Why do you sigh like that? I like this movie.
No, because this is the movie I actually really want to see and I never got to see. I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Okay, for all of you out there who have never heard of Like Crazy, which came out in 2011,
Yep.
it is a very good movie starring she's in Theory of Everything right now, Felicity
Jones.
C. Jones.
Which, let me say, she has my vote for Best Actress right now.
Wow.
I thought
You
she was
have
that
not
good.
seen Julianne Moore's
True.
Still
I
Alice,
have
or
not.
there's a few other ones out there.
Still
but
Alice.
From what I've seen.
I got it on screen. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
It's a crier.
It's a
I know.
crier?
Well,
It's a
yeah.
crier.
Well, that's cool. I'll bring a chick with me.
But Like Crazy is really good.
Who's the leading that?
the guy?
Yelton Lynchin's a lot weird
Oh,
name.
Anton Yelchin.
Elton
yeah.
Yelchin, yeah.
can't-
I'm
yeah.
not even going to try to pronounce that
Yeah,
name.
I was like, I don't know if I can.
way out of your
She has
vocabulary.
kind of a supporting role in this.
She does. She plays Sam.
Yeah.
But the whole movie is great. If you guys haven't seen it,
Need to see it.
It's called Mumblecore. Refers to like they get kind of, you have your outline of the scene, you know the points you need to hit, but the lines are more or less improvised.
It's called the Larry David method.
Yeah.
To keep more, but this one turned out really well. Sometimes
All right.
it doesn't go so well. I like Crazy. So that was her number 3. Number 4, I feel like a lot of people consider this her big break.
This was her breakthrough.
And not only was it a break that brought her into the public eye, it also brought her into the awards.
Yep.
Bracket Winter's Bone, $6.5 million. She did this one actually in 2010, so this was before Like Crazy and
Yep.
The Beaver, or at least before they were released. I don't know about filming wise.
And she was nominated for Best Actress in this.
That's
It was actress. She was the lead in that movie.
Yeah.
She was best actor in that. She played a guy.
Jeez,
Kidding.
That's Boys Don't Cry.
But
You're thinking
Winter's
Hilary
Bone,
Swank.
Winter's Bone 2 is coming out.
this is the one that everyone refers to. I feel like for Jennifer Lawrence, like this was her big break.
That got her
too.
that got her the Hunger Games role.
It did, yeah. And I mean, the thing I remember the most about that movie is John Hawkes.
Mm-hmm.
He was so good in that movie. And he
He
was
is good.
nominated also. I don't think he won, though.
I just think it's so
He did
funny
not.
that on this list so far, it's just we have a ton of movies that have really high quality.
Yeah, these are all
or really
high
big
quality.
actors, and these are her very beginnings, and these are her bottom 5.
I mean,
Again, guys, that's crazy.
That's why she's on the top now.
And finally, we'll round off this list with The House at the End of the Street, 31 million, which I find is ironic because it's the least
worst
known one
movie.
I've known on this list.
This is the worst movie on this list, and it's made the most money.
Yeah, but that's right after
Of
it
the
was
bottom
right
5.
after Winter's Bone.
That's true. It was after Winter's Bone. I think it was after
I think it might have been
First Class.
Yeah, I think it might have been after first. No, it might
It was
have been after the first.
Hunger Games.
I think it was after the first
Yeah.
Hunger Games. She did it before the Hunger Games, but they capitalized on
Also,
Yeah.
this movie didn't really. I feel like wasn't really shown.
it was-
It's basically her in a white tank top running around screaming the whole movie.
Yeah,
And that's how
somebody
they.
I think it's like Bill Cosby enters the house or something.
Not
like that.
funny. Not funny.
I think Bobby has something to say
Not
about
funny.
Bill Cosby.
Look, things could be worse. You could be Bill Cosby. And you know what they say, when there's smoke, there's Bill Cosby.
That's awful.
It's gotta,
You guys, that's getting into some touchy subjects that I don't want to go near. So
Oh,
let's go
man.
to our upcoming films. We've kind of already covered Exodus.
He's gotta stop saying that
Of
stuff.
God's sake. Yes, he does need to stop. All right, but we
wonder
talked
he lost
about
a foot.
Exodus. This is our new. This is coming out as our wide release.
Yep.
It's gonna take a lot of the numbers. And it's already doing well. We already have good indication from overseas.
Yep.
So I think that's just going to carry through domestically. Also coming out, Inherent Vice, which is another specialty box office. JTE, you're shaking your head.
I saw the movie, and I'm a huge PTA fan. Even movies like The Master, which a lot of people kind of fell on, I was really disappointed with this film. I gotta say, I was looking for like maybe a Return to Boogie Nights era.
That's
or
what I
maybe
was hoping
that's
for.
what I was hoping for, or something along the lines of Big Lebowski, which a lot of people were comparing it to. It's nowhere close. It's a mess.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. That's because it's not supposed to be out yet.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's in LA. There's been
For
screenings.
normal people. No, I'm kidding. Let me say, Boogie Nights is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Agreed. I love it.
I liked Punch Drunk Love. I liked Magnolia.
Yep.
I didn't like There Will Be Blood.
Oh, I loved it.
You're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like
I understand because that's where he kind
the
of went.
Master.
That's kind of where he went a different way.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
understand The Master, but there will be. No, I don't
No,
understand
that's
you.
a fantastic
You're
I was
strange.
at a pottery class with Joaquin Phoenix when he was going through that like transition of the homeless person.
Okay.
It
When
was
you,
bizarre. We were there, and
I
he
have a
was
story about Joaquin Phoenix. I can't remember what it is. Continue.
when he was crazy.
was he doing the pottery for like a role? Was it like to begin?
I think so. He
Okay.
was, but then like he got into this argument with this guy who was there, who was doing like kind of like race related like pottery. Like he was doing like Confederate flag ashtrays.
I was gonna say, what the heck is racist related pottery?
like swastika ashtrays, and
Oh, my
Joaquin
God.
Phoenix went like bananas on him.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it
good to
was
know he's
over-
a stand-up guy then.
The thing is, I'm okay with that if that's actually a true story. Like,
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
It is.
stand up. I had a story about him, and I don't remember what
a true
it
story.
is. But about Inherent Vice, I'm disappointed because I thought the trailer looked
Listen.
really great. It has fun people in it.
Maybe you guys will feel differently. I don't think you're gonna feel it differently because I think I know your taste. If you're looking for something
Yeah.
like Boogie Nights, this is not even close.
Boogie Nights is
Yeah.
it's
Boogie Nights is awesome.
unduplicatable.
Listen,
All right, well,
it's a very polarizing film.
so we'll see. We'll have to see what the numbers say. Let's go to our top. This says top 5, and I got confused. I was like, we already did
Yeah.
a top 5 list. Top
Well-
5, the film.
Yes.
Yeah, top 5 the film, which is the
I've
working.
not heard about
It was the working script for I was writing a script about a movie that based on our show. And I was gonna call it top 5, so I got to totally change the title.
It's not. Yeah, we can't use it anymore.
Can't do it anymore.
It's done.
This has been a critical darling from everyone that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
That's in industry.
Because we don't have enough critical darlings
Yeah,
already.
well, but in a different way. This is like for a comedy, and it's Chris Rock written, directed, and it's got a huge cast. Tracy Morgan.
Yeah. Jerry
who else?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
J.B. Smooth.
Jerry
whatever
Seinfeld's
his
in
name-
it?
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
I didn't know.
He's got the best scene in the whole movie. I've seen it.
Oh, you
I don't
saw
know
it?
if.
Yeah.
Oh, JB Smooth. Yeah, so
Yeah.
really great cast. And,
Adam Sandler's in it too.
I think he's lying.
Shut up, you're
I think
lying.
he's lying.
You're thinking of like.
No, Adam Sandler's in it. Jerry Seinfeld's in it. Chris Rock wrote this.
Sounds like Grown Ups 3, right?
Chris Rock wrote this in his trailer
Yeah.
while filming Grown Up 2. Because he was like, I'm on the worst movie set in the world. Why don't I just write like a good movie?
Wait, worst movie set or worst movie?
The worst movie set, the worst movie, the worst
Really?
everything.
Okay, all I can say that I know for sure about this is that whatever JTE said is probably correct.
Well, let me ask you guys.
Finstock stuff, not so sure.
Has Chris Rock, besides the Grown-Up films, made like a hit film, in your opinion? Or something that was, a hit?
He's had a lot of bit parts and
I mean,
stuff.
there's a time where he was in movies where I was like, this guy, he's a great comedian, great stand-up, but not a great actor.
Wasn't he?
And he was never in good movies.
He's
really.
good for sketch bits. He's good for like minimal parts. I don't know if I want to see
for a
him.
lead, though,
Yeah,
as a lead.
I don't know if I want to see him as a
He doesn't hit
full
me
lead.
as like a starring. Like I that's not how I view him. I do like his stand-up.
I love his stand-up. But
for
He's not
him
a
to
bad
carry
director,
a film, I don't know.
He's not a
that's
bad
why
director.
I
He's
don't
okay.
run out to see a Chris Rock movie, but because I'm hearing so many good things about this, I'm actually really excited to see it because we haven't had a lot of good comedies this year.
Yeah, I'm
It's been
hoping.
pretty disappointing.
Yeah, from what I seen from the trailers and what I seen when I watched it,
I was about to say.
it was actually
talking
pretty. It was
about-
actually pretty good. Seriously, it was good.
I think we called it a lie.
Yeah, I think we did. I think that was the key to the end of that story. Let's
so,
get. Whoa, you have
I'm just
something
curious,
else to say?
what do you guys think Exodus is going to pull in this weekend? I just want a genuine guess.
Probably 35.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, 35.
I was thinking like around a 30 to 35 million area because I don't
Yep.
think it's going to pull huge numbers.
Nope. Nope.
I don't know. I don't feel
I
the
don't
hype
think it's
around
going to pull huge numbers, but I think it's probably going to hold well.
Well, Ridley Scott's a raging tyrant. He's crazy. And then Christian Bale was like almost pulling like a real Moses behind set.
What?
There was like almost mutiny aboard the ship. Same thing happened with Blade Runner a long time ago in the 80s.
Oh yeah, that's right. I watched that in the Blade Runner documentary. Like the
PAs were,
crew,
like,
it
walking
was
off
such a
set.
bad like experience working on that movie that the whole cast and crew like almost pulled a mutiny on them.
Yeah.
Did that? And you think this almost happened on Exodus?
Is that what you're saying?
I haven't
Yeah.
heard that rumor.
Yeah.
I haven't
Bale,
heard that
Bale
yet.
went bananas, but they didn't have it on tape this time.
Okay, well, let's talk about how this is going to affect our predictions. Who would like to go first?
Who
Eeny,
won?
meeny,
Let the winner
miny,
go.
moe.
Yeah, let the winner will go.
Yeah.
What about this movie Wild?
We already talked about Wild.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah, that came out last week Unlimited, I believe, right?
Yes.
I got to take little Bobby to see it. He was talking about.
Hey,
seeing it.
Bobby, can you take me to go see Wild? I heard Reese Witherspoon shows her milk squirters.
Hey!
Oh, little
He's,
Bobby.
this guy is too
If this
much.
doesn't come
He's
up
gonna
more
get
good-
banned. He's gonna get banned from
I
the
am.
show.
You're banned
It's
next
too
week.
much. He's done.
Little Bobby's banned next
That's
week.
over the
This guy's
line.
unbelievable.
That's a mother he's talking about.
I don't know what he's doing anymore.
Banned next
I
week.
can't even help him anymore. He's
All right.
Okay.
Predictions, please.
Okay. That being said, we're gonna start with number 5. I'm gonna go with Horrible Bosses at number 5.
Okay.
I am gonna go with Interstellar at number 4.
Okay.
I believe it's gonna make a comeback.
All right.
Okay.
Because Horrible Bosses is toast now. The people wanted to see it for the second week. The people who've seen Horrible Bosses this week are the people who really wanted to see it.
Okay.
3, let's go with
That's where it gets tough.
Penguins of the Madagascar.
Okay.
2, Catching Fire.
Stick with Mockingjay.
And 1, the idiot who parts the Red Sea.
Hey.
Moses.
Ridley Scott? Oh.
Yeah.
All
Exodus
right.
of
So
God.
you've kicked Big Hero 6 off your top 6.
Yeah, I think it's
Or
going.
top 5.
Yeah, I think it's going.
All right.
That's crazy. I don't think that's going to happen. All right, I'll go. I will go number 1. It's going to be Exodus. I don't think it's going to pull a lot of money, but it's going to be enough to beat 21 million, which is going to be even less next week for Hunger Games. But Hunger Games will stick on number 2. I will go with Madagascar at number... You know what? I'm going to put top 5 at number 3.
Wow.
I'm putting top 5 at number 3. I think a lot of people... It's got such a good word of
It's
mouth.
only open in 900 and something theaters.
No, it's not. I thought
Yes,
it was
it
opening
is.
wide.
No.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well then...
965.
Are you-
I was mistaken. All right, so Madagascar 3.
Okay, we'll let you slide.
For some reason,
I don't
thought,
know if we should allow
no,
that. but-
for some reason, I thought top 5 was getting a much wider release
no,
than
it's
that.
getting unlimited.
Oh, jeez. Never mind then. All right, number 3, Madagascar. Number 4, I'm going to put Big Hero 6. And number 5, I'll go Interstellar.
My list is pretty much JTE's. I'm just going to switch your bottom 2. But I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
We're talking about, we're not talking about millions. We're talking about
two-way race.
100,000. So we will see.
You're out, buddy.
I've got Exodus number 1, Hunger Games number 2. Then we're going to go to the kid-friendly realm with Penguins at number 3, Interstellar at number 4, and Big Hero at number 5. And I think it's going to be a very similar week, as in these bottom 3 films are going to be really close in numbers.
So our difference is the last one.
Me and you?
Yeah, because I got Interstellar at 5.
Really? So our differences are 4.
No,
but
I have horrible bosses at 5.
Yeah, we don't have horrible bosses in our list.
You got okay.
So yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I got Interstellar at 4. Penguins. Yeah, Big Heroes.
All right. So we will see. It's going to be a tight race next week.
And then next week, the following week, we have The Hobbit. 5 armies, which is going to destroy. And I'm really curious to see how Exodus holds up after the next week.
I might have to miss next week because I don't even want to talk about The Hobbit. I hate
what are you talking about?
I hate The Hobbit. I hate Hobbit.
Do you like the first 2 movies?
No.
You hate Lord of the Rings?
Wait, you hate Lord of the Rings?
And The Hobbit. I've never seen them and I don't want to.
Wait.
You've never seen Lord of the Rings?
Well, then why? How do you know you hate them?
That's
because I've
no,
seen
that's
the
not
trailers.
fair. No.
It's one of the greatest trilogies.
Somebody would have to tie me down to watch it.
Listen, The Hobbit is not as good as the Lord of the Rings films. I'll say that much, but they're still very enjoyable. But the first 3 Lord of the Rings are amazing.
How many are there? 4 or 5?
3.
There's 3, and there's 3 for this trilogy.
Okay.
And they're incredible.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Okay.
Will you let us know what you think?
So I got the big announcement.
At least
if you guys want to hear it too.
Big announcement.
Yeah,
you were teasing us on Facebook and Twitter.
Yep. Big announcement.
What is the big announcement? And then we have to go.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
I have 10 little Bobby dolls that are going to go on sale after the new year.
Wait,
Shouldn't
after
you do
the new
them
year?
Before Christmas?
That's like a holiday item right there.
I got these people trying to make it, trying to make them in time. So
I didn't know they were that complicated.
So basically, they're all one of a kind.
Okay.
So it'll be like astronaut Bobby.
Astronaut. You been to space?
Vietnam vet Bobby.
That's the one I want. Vietnam vet.
Little Bobby rescues the pygmy gorilla.
Okay, you guys can learn more about the little Bobbies. You can get online on either our Facebook, or I'm sure you will broadcast one of them through Twitter or whatnot.
It's going to be a raffle.
So
it's going to be a raffle.
Follow and subscribe to learn more about the future little Bobbies. And make sure you guys tune into our show and do all that stuff. Go to YouTube. What are you trying to tell?
I was just seeing if your water heater's fixed yet. Just asking you.
Also, if you want a JTE doll, just go on eBay and find a Charlie Brown. It's pretty close. Old Charlie Brown toys they'll fill in pretty well.
Yeah.
There you go. You can have a set. So, you guys, Popcorn Talk Network, look for us on YouTube. We've moved over there. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, do that. And thank you for coming back every week and talking to us and sending us your comments. We love them. We love you guys. So, and thank you very much.
Keep watching those numbers.
Poof.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network, Kevin Undergaro, and Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Whitworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.